There's a Japanese philosophy that samurai warriors embraced before entering battle. And the absence of this philosophy in your life might be exactly what's stopping you from pursuing your biggest dreams and goals. We live in the information age, an era where knowledge is everywhere. Courses, mentorship programs, strategies, data, analytics. With all this knowledge available, anyone could theoretically start a business, master any subject, or achieve financial success. But reality tells a different story. Despite unlimited access to information, many people struggle with challenges that should be easily solvable. This makes me ask, is the problem today really a lack of information? Or is it a lack of action? We're drowning in so much information that we become paralyzed. We don't know which path to take or who to trust, and this creates hesitation. You think about starting a business but spend months researching. You consider changing careers but spend years planning. You dream of launching a personal project but analyze every detail until you lose interest. Then you wonder, why can't I just do what I want? The answer is simple: you overthink. And overthinking doesn't mean you're lazy or unmotivated. It has deeper roots. Studies suggest we make between 400 to 1,000 conscious decisions daily. Each decision drains mental energy through analysis, comparison, and predicting outcomes. Multiply that by your fears, insecurities, and expectations, and you get paralysis by analysis, so busy thinking about how to do something that you never actually do it. The Japanese identified overthinking symptoms centuries ago and developed a concept to overcome it, a mental state called Kuno Sekai, the world of emptiness. Don't let the name fool you. It's not about mystical meditation. It's about something revolutionary, acting without excessive thinking interference. Miyamoto Musashi, the legendary samurai, wrote in his final work, The Book of Five Rings, In the Void, "There is good but not evil. Wisdom exists, principle exists, the way exists, and the mind is empty." He wasn't discussing meditation, he was talking about survival. In a sword duel, if you stop to think, you die. There's no time to analyze movements or calculate angles. You simply act or you perish. Here's the brutal truth: your life isn't so different from that sword duel. Every time opportunity knocks, you have two choices: act or think until the opportunity vanishes. Most people choose the second option, not intentionally, but because that's what they've been trained to do. School taught you to analyze. The market taught you to compare. Society taught you to fear mistakes. Now you're trapped in endless overthinking, analyzing, planning, but never acting, until all that remains is regret. "What if I had tried?" might be the saddest phrase in human language. But there's a way out. And it doesn't involve thinking more. It involves thinking less. Understanding no Sekai, acting without preconception, flowing without resistance, living without the prison of excessive thought. Before we continue, comment below. What's that thing you want to do but get stuck just thinking about it? Starting a business? Career change? Personal project? Share below. Let me share a story about Sarah Mitchell, a 28-year-old business analyst with extraordinary talent. Everyone knew she was destined to lead. She solved impossible problems, unblocked projects, and had undeniable business vision. Everyone saw it, except Sarah. She suffered from severe overthinking. When a colleague suggested starting a consulting firm, she spent 3 months researching every detail. By the time she felt ready, the opportunity had vanished. When a friend invited her to partner in a startup, she analyzed for 2 months. Her friend found another partner, and the startup launched without her. Sarah wasn't indecisive. She was imprisoned by her own mind, trying to eliminate fear through thought. But the more she thought, the more reasons she found not to act. Questions about failure, inadequacy, and loss consumed her. These questions have no answers because they're about a future that doesn't exist yet. Kiko, a 56-year-old Japanese entrepreneur who moved to America at 30, ran a respected interior design company. At a business expo, she watched Sarah present and saw extraordinary potential being wasted. After the presentation, Kiko approached with a proposition. "I'm expanding my company and need someone like you. Would you consider becoming my partner?" Sarah's heart raced. This was her dream opportunity. But instead of saying yes, she said, "Can I think about it?" Kiko smiled with recognition. Of course. Sarah spent 3 weeks overthinking. Spreadsheets, scenarios, research consumed her. What if I don't know enough? What if she's difficult? What if I lose stability? Each question generated 10 more, each answer 100 doubts. After 3 weeks, Kiko invited her to coffee. "Why haven't you accepted yet?" Kiko asked. "I'm afraid I'm not ready," Sarah admitted. "When will you be ready?" Kiko asked. Silence. "Never," Kiko answered. "Because you're waiting for certainty, and certainty doesn't exist." Kiko shared the concept her grandfather taught her, Q no Sekai, the world of emptiness. When you fight with a sword, if you stop to think, you die. You simply act. Your body knows what to do. Your mind just needs to get out of the way. "I saw your talent," Kiko continued, "but also that you're stuck, not from lack of ability, but from overthinking. I used to be like you. But I remembered thinking doesn't eliminate fear. Acting does. You'll never be certain, but you can have courage. You don't need to know everything. The path is made by walking, not by thinking about walking." Sarah felt clarity for the first time in weeks. "I accept," she said. "I want to be your partner." This isn't just philosophy. Modern science validates Q no Sekai completely. Researchers studying peak performance found something fascinating. During peak performance, the prefrontal cortex, responsible for conscious thought and analysis, was less active. When you perform at your best, you think less. Elite athletes' performance dropped when they tried consciously controlling movements. Why? The brain's automatic motor system is infinitely faster than conscious thought. You process 11 million bits of information per second, but only 40 reach consciousness. When you try bringing everything to consciousness, you overload the system, like trying to drive while thinking about every movement. Scientists call this neural efficiency or flow state. Q no Sekai is applied neuroscience, understanding that your intuition and accumulated experience know far more than your conscious mind can process. When you stop interfering, you perform at your peak. How do you apply this practically? Here's the secret. You don't try to apply it. You remove what's blocking it. First, stop seeking certainty. Seek clarity. Certainty is about the future. Clarity is about the present. You can never be certain if a business will succeed, but you can have clarity about why you want to do it. Clarity is enough to start. Second, train until you don't need to think. Practice until movement becomes instinct. Sarah didn't get good at business by reading about it. She got good by doing it repeatedly. Third, act small but act fast. You don't need the perfect plan. You need the next step clear, and take that step today. Not tomorrow, not when ready, today. Fourth, accept errors as part of the process. Water never fails. It flows around obstacles. Made a mistake. Flow to the next move. Failed. Move to the next attempt. Q. No Sekai isn't about perfection. It's about continuous movement. Fifth, trust the process, not the result. You don't control whether it works, but you control whether you try. When you live in the process, results come naturally, not as goals, but as byproducts of being present. Here's the deepest truth. You'll never reach Q no Sekai because you're already in it. When you were a child, you didn't think about playing, you just played. When completely immersed in something you loved, you didn't think about doing it, you just did it. Q no Sekai isn't something you learn. It's something you remember. It's unlearning overthinking. It's relearning to live without the illusion of total control. It's returning to your natural state before fear, expectations, and voices told you that you need certainty before acting. Miyamoto Musashi wrote at the end of the Book of Five Rings, "When you understand the way, you will see the way in all things." He wasn't talking about swords. He was talking about life. Q no Sekai isn't a technique, it's a way of being. It's waking up without anxiety about what needs doing and simply doing it. It's making decisions without paralyzing doubt and simply choosing. It's living without the illusion of needing everything figured out before beginning and simply beginning. Perhaps life always wanted you to live this way, flowing, present, free. But you were too busy thinking about it to realize you were already in it. So here's your final invitation. Stop overthinking. Start flowing. Discover that Q no Sekai isn't somewhere far away. It's here now, at this very moment. You just need to stop looking and begin to be. If this video resonated with you, I invite you to subscribe to Purpose and Presence Hub. There's much more transformative content coming. Leave a like and comment. What's that one thing you want to do, but get stuck just thinking about it? Thank you for your attention. Remember, be present. Walk with honor. Follow the path. See you in the next video.